Ace Podcast.
One, take three.
Hello, and welcome to a special Mediocre Moments edition of the Crazy Town Podcast. I am your host, Jonas, and I am here with TNT Dynamite. Go ahead and say hello to everyone.
Hi, everyone. It's TNT Dynamite. TNT, D-I-N-O-M-I-G-H-T. I know they're waiting for it.
They are waiting for it. It's great to have you on the show today. We're doing a special best of, worst of, craziest of the crazy, mediocre moments clip show for you guys. You ready for this, TNT?
Ready, willing, and able.
All right. Well, real quick, if you aren't following us on Twitter, it's at the Crazy Town Pod, or go to our website, thecrazytown.com. But I want to get right into everything. There's a lot of content for you guys. We want to start off with episode 6, which is the actual debut of TNT Dynamite. Do you remember that?
Oh, you remembered.
I know. It's amazing. I can remember those sort of things. So do you remember way back then when we talked about peeing in the shower?
Absolutely not. No, I do recall a little bit about that episode. I'm still against it, but I guess you'll see from the clip we have ahead.
All right, well, I won't spoil what I feel about it, unlike some other people on the show. So,
well, dude, it's fucking gross.
All right, well, you listen up, you find out what you think about peeing in the shower, and we'll be back here in just a second.
Where am I?
Dynamite, the other day I was having a conversation with some people, and I want you to chime in on this. I want your opinion.
Okay.
Now, as guys, I mean, even we're women, but I guess we don't have any women here, so we can't get their side. Now, a lot of people think that peeing in the shower is wrong. Okay. Like, you should only pee in the toilet.
Yeah.
So, I mean, inquiring minds are wanting to know, if you're in the shower, do you just let it go? Or do you fucking wait, get out of the shower, and go in the toilet?
All right. As a whole, I'd have to say I think it's probably the most disgusting thing on the planet.
What?
If you're at your own house, go and do what you want. Me personally, I try to keep my shower clean. I wouldn't do it.
You don't pee in the shower?
No.
Even if you can make sure it doesn't get on your body, you don't just pee down the drain?
Look, I understand the water's going and it seems like it just naturally, but no, you're peeing on your feet.
I'm not saying put it in a cup and dump it over your head. I'm just saying let it go.
I'm hoping not. How do you protect your feet?
Is your shower 2x2? Like
no,
2 foot by 2?
You know, I mean, my shower, I have one of those curved rods, and I have like elbow room. I can do a jumping jack in my goddamn shower.
So
I'm still not gonna piss on my feet.
Why can't you stand at the back of the shower and pee in the drain?
I have a problem with peeing at urinals because of the degree of backsplash that you're getting. I don't understand it.
Actually, listen to the Crazy Town Podcast, episode 2. We discuss urinal etiquette, and there's flashback discussed.
You hear that, fellas? You got to check out the previous episodes before this one. What was urinal etiquette? Okay, is there backsplash protocol?
Yeah, there is, but that's neither here nor there. We're getting back to this fucking. Are you afraid of pee? Like are you so afraid of a golden shower?
I enjoy it. I usually take a piss and then I look at it for a little while. You know, just kind of bask in its glory. But as far as getting it on me, I'm not into that.
Do you judge the hue of yellow? Is it more like sunshine or more like raw umber?
I like mine to be a light amber.
Ooh.
To a golden tan.
Oh.
Yeah.
Which one means you're dehydrated? Like the dark shit, right?
Yeah,
if it's dark. Yeah, so if it's brown,
that's bad. That means you drink too much fucking beer.
Oh, that's it? Just like
no, they can dehydrate you. No.
Anyways, so okay, so urine is clean. It's sterile.
Yeah.
So you don't want to get it on you in the shower where there's gallons of water flowing for minutes at a time.
If you're going to make this argument, why don't you just wet yourself every time you go anywhere?
Because I'm not in the shower getting clean everywhere.
You're damn right. If you're pissing in the shower, you're not getting clean.
Well, that's absolutely true.
You end up with goddamn acne on your feet and shit, man. Fungus and shit.
Wait. Since when? Let me find the scholarly journal that talks about urine causing acne, especially on your feet.
It does something.
Where's foot acne?
There's something. You're going to get fucking pitch shrooms or something on your goddamn
We're going to grow psychedelic mushrooms off my feet from pissing on them in the shower. Then why don't I do that and sell that shit?
There's something in the fluoride. To sell what shit?
You said I'm growing psychedelic mushrooms if I pee on my feet.
Yeah.
So why wouldn't I sell those?
So how are you going to sell? You're going to sell your pissy shrooms.
Real shrooms are from cow shit.
You're going to sell your pissy shrooms. Your man
just completely ignore it.
We were talking about this earlier today about human milk versus cow milk. It's okay for us to drink the milk coming from a cow, but not drink the milk coming from a person. This is the milk we were intended to drink it, not from an animal.
Do you see the cartons on the side with the cows missing? They sell breast milk with missing cows on the side, little calves. Please, Mama, tell me she's not veal. That's what it says. Fucking little Willie Cowbones over here, fucking.
Willie Cowbones.
Louis Pasteur did not pasteurize tit milk, dude. He pasteurized cow milk from the titty. I get it, but they're fucking there's 4 nozzles.
Let me ask you: have you ever had breast milk?
No.
It's fucking delicious.
Delicious compared to what?
Compared to cow milk.
What about goat milk?
Look, I haven't had every goddamn type of milk there is. I'm lactose intolerant.
Oh, so you're willing to climb over the edge for some titty milk?
I don't see. Pardon me. I don't see that as over the edge. I see that as what nature intended. It's delicious, and I urge anybody listening to get them a glass of goddamn titty milk.
Oh, God.
That cow milk shit is gross. I'll eat a cow, but I'm not going to drink its secretions.
I'm not saying take a load for the team. I guess that would be a bowl anyway.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess. All right.
So
I can't knock it.
Yeah.
I've never tried it.
Yeah.
I've never tried it, so I can't knock it.
To sum it up, Jonas doesn't mind pissing himself in the shower, but in public, never do it.
Wait. First off, don't talk about me not pissing myself in public. Wait. Say that right. Second.
Oh, you've done this before too.
Second.
All right.
It's my shower.
That's true.
It's clean. My feet are clean. I'm peeing. I try to hit the drain. I don't spray it up in the air like a garden hose.
Oh, okay.
I'm not saying hit the walls and
I don't know if you were just letting it go like a fire hose
to the window and to the wall.
Yeah.
Till the sweat drops from my.
So would you piss in somebody else's shower?
No.
Okay.
I wouldn't.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you have some couth.
So now it comes down to couth. Hear that, everybody? On the Crazy Town podcast, it all comes down to couth. And on that note, I'm going to end this shit before I nibble on some titty milk and pee in the shower and piss myself from Dynamite's point of view. We'll be right back.
The Crazy Town podcast.
All right, we hope that you enjoyed us talking about peeing in the shower. And keeping on the topic of piss, we're jumping to season 1, episode 2. This was one of the solo episodes that I did where I discussed urinal etiquette. TNT, you didn't get to talk about urinal etiquette with me. Are you a fan of urinal etiquette?
I mean, I'm not really a big fan of urinating in public, but I do feel like every man needs to know proper formation for using the urinal.
Wait. So you don't even like peeing in a bathroom in public?
No, not shoulder to shoulder with a bunch of dudes. They're going to try to look at my meat.
Well, when it hangs that low, it's hard not to look at it, right?
See, this guy gets it.
All right, well, we're going to jump into urinal etiquette, and we'll be back in between the next clip for your enjoyment. I hope you enjoy this urinal talk. I had a weird experience at a urinal, but before I get to that story, it got me thinking about urinal etiquette. If there's any ladies listening, I do apologize. You may not know about this, but
I doubt there's probably many of you listening. If there is, I'm glad, and thank you and welcome. But anyways, for guys, there's like rules of pissing in a urinal that I think we all kind of abide by. I don't know if we've ever sat down and thought about the specifics of them. So I decided to look up online if someone else had taken the time to sit down and write a etiquette of urinal pissing, because it's a very important topic. It's at the hearts of every man in this world, I found a couple articles. I'll post the links up on the blog after I get done with this episode. But basically, there was one, it was like the bro code or some dumb shit, some fucking bro-ass bro thing. And like some other thing, I think it may have been from the UK. It was like the urinal 10 commandments. So I took some of them and I wanted to touch base on them because, as guys, we all piss in urinals constantly when we're out and about. One of the first ones that was on the list was don't use your phone while at the urinal. Like, don't hold your dick in one hand and then like be like texting your buddy with the other one. This one, I don't know how I feel about. I can say I have been guilty of this in the past. I don't make it a habit to hold my dick and my phone at the same time in public, but I'll leave that one as what it is. The second one was no talking. I'm a big fucking proprietor of no talking. This is one of the most commonly broke fucking rules in my book. I'm sitting there, I'm in public, I have my penis in my hand. I don't want to talk to you. Like, I don't want to talk to my best friend of 20 years. So I definitely don't want a stranger to be like, how about them Cubs? Oh, like, dude, I don't give a fuck about the Cubs. I don't give a fuck about you. I'm peeing. I'm pissing. I'm using a function of my body that I don't want to talk to another man while I'm doing. So I agree with that one. That one needs to be like number one as far as I can tell. Let me know what you think about that, but I'm pretty sure most of us will agree the no talking is pretty fucking high up there for us. This next one's pretty important. It's like the gap rule, the max distance. This one can be really fucking confusing to probably women if we try to explain it to them. But it's the rule of basically if you go into a urinal, well, bathroom, you don't go into the urinal. And there's a man at a urinal. Say there's 5 urinals. The guy's at the second urinal from the left. So there's 1 to his left and 3 to his right. What urinal do you pick? Well, first off, the man should be at the first urinal, the first one. So they'll leave 4 open to his right. But let's not talk about that. So like you don't go right next to a man holding his dick if there's an option to go farther. So you automatically throw out the 1 to his left and the 1 to his right. I mean, that just gives him space to hold his dick in peace while he's trying to pee. So now I could go the third one down from him, or the one on the end. So I mean, either one. But I think what they're trying to get to on this rule is you don't get right next to a dude while he's pissing. I don't care if it's your brother or your best friend forever. You don't walk up to him while he's pissing and be like, and stand right next to him, especially when there's other places that you can go. Now, the fourth one was get close to the urinal. So basically, when you're going to the urinal, I mean, you don't want to stand back so far that the guy can just see your dick if he just happens to glance in that direction. So down the road, I'm going to get to another one. I'm sure I'll touch base on it now. It's don't peek. I mean, basically everybody knows this. You don't look at the guy's dick while you're pissing. No matter how much, for whatever gay reason you want to look over at somebody, you don't look down. Don't look at their dick. It just is what it is. But if the man is standing like 1.5 feet away from the urinal, that almost throws that other rule out the window because you can't. I mean, he's not even trying to protect it. He just has it out in the open. So you got to be close enough that other people can't see your dick by accident, like at the normal like ocular fucking vision cone from your head. But you also, there's another part to this. You got to watch out for splashback. What splashback is, and I think we've all been there, we got a little too close to the urinal, and when we pee, it fucking hits the back of it and splashes back on our clothes, which is fucking disgusting. but I think we've all been there. You get a little too close, you're a little too fucking uncomfortable, or whatever the reason is, you get a little too close, then you end up with piss on yourself, which is nobody's fucking friend. That is where I stand on that. I think that's a pretty fair rule. No singing, humming, or grunting. Nobody wants to hear you fucking moan. Like, oh, God, I had to pee so bad. Yeah, bro, I did too. That's why I'm in the bathroom. Like, I don't need you to fucking moan, grunt. I don't need you in there singing fucking your favorite Twisted Sister song from the 80s or any of that shit. Just get in there and piss, shut your fucking mouth, wash your hands, and get out. Okay? So another one was no small talk. Kind of fits in with talking. Like, so I mean, definitely don't talk about anything important, but don't just chit chat, dude. No one expects it from you. Don't fucking do it. Then we move into don't overdo the shake. Now, I think you may have all heard the phrase before. If you shake it more than twice, you're playing with it, or shake it 3 times, you're playing with it. That's pretty true. I mean, you can shake it off, but you don't want to, like, beat it back and forth on your legs. I mean, you are in public. There are other dudes around. I mean, just shake it out, but don't fucking stand there like you're fucking trying to win a gold medal, man. You're just trying to fucking shake the piss out your dick so you don't dribble in your pants. Couple other little ones, like don't spit in the urinal, which, I don't know. I mean, whatever. And then, then my favorite, don't pull your underwear all the way down to your ankles. So I don't think anyone does this. I had a kid in my first grade class. I clearly remember every time we walked into the bathroom, he would just drop his fucking trousers. Bam! Didn't give a fuck in the world. You turn the corner, bare ass hanging out, fucking, he's not close to the toilet. It's like fucking just like all out for the world to see. I think that's more of a kid thing. But as an adult, especially, don't go in the fucking urinal and drop your pants to the ground. Nobody wants to see your ass while you're at the urinal. Period. The end. Those are a couple of the rules. I mean, let me know what you think about those. I think most of them are pretty legit. I mean, you can always hit me up, thecrazytown.com. You can also hit me up at crazytownpodcast@gmail or on Twitter at thecrazytownpod. Any of those, hit me up. Let me know what you think about those, whatever. But to my story now. So I live in a pretty big city. Probably like top 10, 12 cities in the country. And I was downtown on a Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening, and I stopped in at a donut shop. They have a crazy donut shop. They has all sorts of crazy shit. But so I had to take a piss, and I go into the bathroom, and I'm the only one in there when I walk in. It's a small bathroom. There's like 2 urinals in a stall. So I go in, and I'm just standing there pissing, and this like little kid walks in, probably, I don't know, 5 years old. So I'm standing there peeing, and he comes up to the urinal next to me. And just luckily, it's one of those situations where it has like the lower urinal for the little kid. Don't know why it's there. Downtown fucking city. So I'm standing there. I'm doing my thing. I'm staring. I'm following all the rules. I'm close. I'm not looking, doing whatever. And all of a sudden I hear, "Hi, what's your name?" And I'm like, oh God, I'm going to fucking jail. So I'm standing there, I have my dick in my hand, and there's a 5-year-old kid talking to me about what my name is. And I go, hi, I'm Jonas. What's your name? And he goes, hi, I don't know, fucking Stevie or whatever. I don't know. I didn't pay attention. And I go, oh, cool. Hey, yeah, all right. And then I like go back to peeing, whatever. Then the kid's like, what's your favorite color? And I'm like, oh my God. I'm seriously going to get fucking arrested. This kid's mom's going to come in here, and me and him are going to be talking with our dicks in our hand, and it is not going to be good. And I'm like, I don't know, black. Black's my favorite color. And he's like, oh, I like fucking silver or green or some shit. And I go, oh, cool. And then he asked me one more question. Something about if I knew about what some fucking TV show was, and I didn't because I'm not 5. And I go, no, I don't know. And he's like, okay. And he goes and washes his hands and he fucking leaves. So, as weird as a fucking experience this was for a grown-ass man, to a little kid it was nothing. It just shows the difference between, like, your mindset when you're an adult and your mindset when you're, like, a little kid. Like, in my head, I'm thinking I'm going to fucking jail. And this little kid's just like, oh, here's a stranger in the bathroom. Let's talk to him about colors and fucking TV shows. I mean, God, what it would be to be that fucking old again and not have a care in the world. I mean, holy shit. On that note, we'll be right back.
The Crazy Town Podcast.
Well, now that we all know how urinal etiquette works, we're going to jump to a food topic, TNT.
Oh, one of my favorites.
Yeah, you go from piss to talking about pizza. So, I mean, the thing that everybody thinks about after they eat a big fat slice of pizza, taking a piss. Wait, that's not how it works, is it?
It's the other way around, but that's fine.
All right, whatever. This one comes from episode 7, which actually is the first time Chachmeyer was on the show.
Oh, wow.
We discuss if you could only have one pizza with 2 toppings on it as the only pizza you could order for the rest of your life, what would it be? Don't give away spoilers this time, TNT. They gotta listen.
These were the days, man. Do you remember these?
I do. We recorded this episode, holy shit, man, has to be 6-7 months or more ago. That's pretty awesome, so. But we'll let you guys get right to it. Find out what the greatest 2-topping pizza on earth is. We will be right back after this clip. Guys, I was reading one of those stupid, what if scenario books the other day, and I usually don't partake in this kind of shit. I think it's kind of stupid, but this one I think is a topic everyone can relate to: pizza. Let me guess first. Do you guys like pizza?
Well, who doesn't like pizza?
Nazis and whores.
Besides them, I mean, normal.
Red-blooded Americans?
Yes. Normal human beings. Name me one.
Okay.
Exception of maybe lactose intolerant people.
Oh, maybe those guys.
That was a jab.
Did you get jabbed?
Sorry, but
yeah, it's fine.
So, in this what if book, besides the, what if you only had one Disney princess coat for the rest of your life and things like that.
Ariel.
Thank you. That was just an example, but I appreciate your honesty.
Kind of thing for redheads.
Oh, I
I'm
gotcha.
going to keep mine locked away.
Locked away in a key, vaulted it up. Okay. All right, maybe that'll be another special episode where it finally reveals his closet Disney crush.
Maybe.
Maybe only of dreams. Jafar. Anyways, so what it was if you could only have one pizza topping forever, what would it be? So I'm gonna take it a little further. If you could only order one type of pizza every time you ordered it for the rest of your life, and you could have 2 toppings, not even just one, 2 toppings on one pizza combo, what would it be?
Jonas with the hard-hitting questions.
This is hard-hitting. This isn't no fucking Morton Downey Jr.
He's got his fingers on the pulse of the people right here.
Pulse of the people.
What do you think, Chach?
I mean, don't ask me.
Don't ask you. You don't know. It's too hard.
I think this is a racist question.
No.
It's a racist question.
It is loaded.
Yes. It's pretty loaded.
And I think it's against me. Because,
it is.
Because my current path in life right now, I'm delivering pizza. So I feel like fuck you both. Okay?
Wow.
You don't like pizza?
I like pizza.
Wow.
I feel like,
I asked the guy with 2 toppings. He likes that
What's
pizza.
going on? He delivers pizza. Let's ask him a pizza question.
It's a secret conspiracy to ruin your life.
I got nothing else. Favorite pizza topping?
We're not trying to lowbrow you, man. This is the kind of stuff that goes on in this podcast. Man. The people want to know
I'm just
what
saying.
type of pizza
I
toppings.
just feel like I'm in a corner.
He feels like he's cornered in.
Like baby's in a corner right now.
Where's Patrick Swayze?
I know.
All right, we'll put Tom down for pepperoni.
Pepperoni.
No.
No?
You can't pass it. You have to go first, and then I'll
All right, fine. That's fine. I'm going to say, and though it may be the unpopular call, double mushroom.
No.
Yeah.
No, I'm not letting that.
You're not going to let that go?
Double mushroom?
Absolutely.
Do you live in the fucking forest?
No, but I love mushrooms, and I know that if you're going to eat that much pizza, little mushrooms aren't going to hurt you.
I recall on a previous episode of this podcast, you talking about piss mushrooms on my feet, and they were disgusting.
I would not eat your piss mushrooms, but normal mushrooms that grow in the wild, those are fine. A nice shiitake.
Look, wait. Fucking Domino's doesn't have shiitakes. They got canned fucking fucking horse dick mushrooms.
What are those? The Dutch farms, Dutch fields. You know what I'm talking about? Pennsylvania Dutch mushrooms. Those are fine.
3/4 of me is just glad I have no idea what the fuck you both are talking about.
Well, that's very true.
That 1/4. It's not enough though.
What do you think about double mushroom? Does that make your fucking skin crawl or what?
No.
No?
It's
No.
it's just a double of one topping. That's.
Are you trying to say he's a pussy way out?
Dedication.
I'm saying like he knows what he likes and he likes a lot of it.
That's allegiance to my mushrooms. Allegiance.
Alright.
What do you like, Jonas? You tell me, what's your fucking pizza topping if you could just have one for forever?
Two toppings, one
Fine.
pizza.
Fine, yeah.
No,
Any pizza.
you just said favorite pizza topping, so it could technically be.
It can be a combination.
It can be whatever.
I want double bacon.
Like that's it. It's double bacon.
I want so much pig that I could ride it home.
You're such a fucking American. God damn it.
As all the rest of us are so fucking... What is wrong with double bacon?
Nothing.
That's too much, man.
So we have,
Just because I'm the host, it doesn't mean you have to agree with me.
Well, I don't.
now I'm definitely in a corner because now I have a double fucking vegetable on one side and a double fucking meat on the other side.
Mushrooms are not a vegetable; they're fungus.
They're in the vegetable
Double
category.
fungus, double meat.
I'm just saying, you better get the
They're
etymology correct.
If
you're
you
gonna
say
talk
double
like
cheese, we're just going to shit on you.
Yeah.
As far as roughage that goes on a pizza, mushrooms are in that category.
All right,
Roughage?
You agree with that?
Roughage, vegetables, salad, shit like that. You know.
Oh, let me get my double lettuce pizza.
Roughage.
Chachi with the $5 words here. You got to remember our viewers.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. All I eat.
And then, how about bacon?
There's nothing wrong with bacon. No.
There's nothing.
There is
You
absolutely...
can't go wrong with bacon.
You heard it here first.
Do you like bacon?
Nothing wrong with bacon.
No.
Dynamite, do you like bacon?
Honestly, I don't like bacon.
Wait.
I know.
Wait.
I sound like a goddamn terrorist.
Hold on a second. I don't think... I think... All right, the rest of the show is going to be the Chach and Jonas show because Dynamite just said he didn't like
I
bacon.
don't like bacon,
Why?
man. There's too much fat on it most of the time. Unless
That's
you can get
the
it just
best
right.
part.
I don't like that stuff.
It gives it all the flavor.
I'm not a skinny dude by any means, but bacon just doesn't do it for me. I prefer beef or chicken over pork.
I mean, but bacon is. I mean, honestly, bacon is just like a condiment. It's
Condiment?
yes. You add it to something. You don't just go to a restaurant. I'm gonna order 6 pounds of bacon.
People eat bacon for breakfast. I don't eat a bowl of mustard for lunch, motherfucker.
You don't go get an 8-ounce steak of bacon.
I have never in my life heard bacon referred to as a condiment.
I'm intrigued though because it almost makes sense. Except for
Name me one thing besides just eating bacon for breakfast.
Right.
Which is as
A side.
It's
You don't just
yes.
eat bacon, right?
Everything else, it's on something. It's either bacon in this, bacon on this,
Mind
bacon under this, bacon
blown.
This
inside.
motherfucker, it's like
okay?
philosopher
No,
Chach
I'm
over
just
here.
saying, bacon is not a standalone. It's not like steak or something.
It's like God's snowflakes.
sausage.
Snowflakes.
Okay.
It just sprinkles on down on whatever you want to be on, and it makes it better.
Chachi, you're opening my eyes right now. You're opening my eyes.
To the world of pizza.
To the world of bacon condimentation.
That's why I brought you on.
Bacon.
Chach, but the people really want to know.
What they really want to
They really
know
want to know
is what's your combo
as a professional.
as a professional.
Well, what favorite topping of
No,
pizza?
Yes.
if you could only ever order one
yeah.
2-topping pizza, and it had to be that pizza.
Oh, it has to be 2-topping now?
Yes, it
It can be
was from the
any
beginning.
topping. I thought it was just any
I
pizza.
thought it was
The
any
2-topping pizza that you had to order
Two-topping?
forever.
Okay. Yeah, that makes
I mean,
sense.
it's like picking a song. It's like, what mood are you in?
Well, right, but say you're in this mood forever because that's what
Like a general 2-topping pizza.
forever.
Like a
Whether you're ready to kill someone
I
or
can
you're
go
ready
get a
to
gun and put it to your head if it helps you to think.
right.
I can.
that's rough. I'd have to go. I mean, fuck. I'm just gonna go pepperoni sausage. I'm just gonna go
Wow.
a double meat because you have cheese and sauce.
Right.
Fuck your vegetables. There's pizza. Pizza
Right.
sauce is tomatoes.
Right. So you have vegetables.
I don't care if it's a fruit. Shut up. It's in there.
Anything. He's defending himself against
Tomatoes
himself.
are fruit. It's not
You're gonna go with the classic sausage pepperoni?
Yeah. To 2-topping, to 2 guys here who went double topping. you're gonna go against me because I want 2 maybe different toppings.
You
on
know,
my
you could at least thought of survival and go one vegetable, one meat.
I would
so
like a
you're
little
at
bit of
least
pork.
meeting your daily nutritional values.
And I would like a little bit of whatever pepperoni.
All of a sudden,
is,
the fruit,
you know,
the fucking food triangle comes into play.
Right?
You
Fuck
said
fruit.
forever, one only ever. This is survival pizza you're talking about now. This isn't just what's your favorite. Now this is for if you could only eat one forever. Pepperoni sausage.
Pepperoni sausage, huh?
Yeah.
Because if you get bored, throw the sausage away. Or throw the pepperoni away.
Now he's talking about peeling toppings off. You cannot. No.
Versatile.
I will
I'm
not have you. You
explaining.
can't fuck with
I'm
the
just
with
further
the integral.
explaining.
You cannot fuck with pizza integrity.
No,
you have to eat that.
if you pull off pepperoni, you lose cheese. If you pull off sausage, you lose cheese. Then you're gonna have like a sporadic,
But the way you're talking about it, like
toppings.
this is
he
it.
has to live with his choices.
Yeah.
You are picking shit off of this pizza. You're eating it.
I can pick off one topping.
You can't.
You can't. You only have, both of you only have
I
one
can be like,
topping.
well, I'll just take single mushrooms today. No, we asked what your 2 favorite toppings were that you would have to live with. You gotta live with
All
the
right,
choices.
sausage.
Let me burn down the barn for a second.
Let's go. What?
Are you going with like raw sausage thrown on that's then cooked, sliced Italian sausage, or imitation rabbit turd sausage balls?
Sausage? I mean, to
Like Totino's?
like if,
Yes.
like if this is Dream Pizza,
It's Dream Theater Pizza Edition.
Dream Theater Pizza Edition forever. It would have to be the raw sausage that cooks on the pizza.
Salvedo style.
So the grease, yes.
If you've
bakes
never had it, you
into
never
the
will.
pizza.
It's from a terrible town that no one likes.
Yes, but they make amazing pizza.
Oh, it's like an orgasmic sausage blob.
But yes,
Oh.
real sausage.
So you like the true raw sausage aspect.
Yes.
The both of you are going to have coronaries from all of that meat on.
Shut up, fungus among us. Just because you want fucking Peter Piper's fucking mushroom tip on the fucking pizza.
Mushrooms are delicious any time of the year.
What? In the spring?
Yeah, especially.
In the fall?
Especially.
What about in the winter when you can't grow them?
Well, then you can piss on your feet.
Oh God.
Then they will definitely grow at that point. So all right. So to wrap this whole shit up. So you're going with double fungus among us.
Absolutely.
I'm going with double pig ass, bacon fantastic, and you're going pepperoni sausage to pizza pie.
Yeah.
You think you know a person.
Yeah, right. You think you know a person.
Said general pizza forever. That's the most general pizza 2-topping that you could fucking order.
All right. Well, we know who took the easy way out, and we're taking the hard questions on the other side. So, what do you like? You let us know. We'll be back later on the Crazy Town Podcast.
All right, TNT. Now that everyone has learned that you love double mushroom pizza like some sort of crazy person,
I stand on my choices.
dude, we gotta get the double meat, the double bacon. That's what we gotta do. There's no double vegetable, double fungus among us.
Whatever. You're entitled to be wrong.
Well, at least we didn't go like Chachmeyer and take fucking pepperoni and sausage so you can be like the most plain-ass pizza ever. So anyways, we're jumping now to episode 15. Do you remember the story of DMV Revenge, the Department of Motor Vehicles?
Is this the penny guy?
Oh, yes, the Penny Man.
Okay, yeah.
If you guys haven't heard this episode yet, you're in for a treat. I know all of us have wanted to punch the DMV in the face. Like, if the DMV was a person, you would want to punch it in the face just by looking at it. So this guy took upon himself to go above and beyond what any normal person would do to get revenge on the DMV. What do you think?
No. I don't think that our audience is quite that violent, Jonas.
Oh, well, we don't want to punch anybody. I don't punch people.
I don't think we're dealing with a bunch of criminals. Don't punch anybody, people. TNT
right.
Dynamite says.
Public service announcement.
Yeah, right.
The more you know, don't punch people in the face. That's assault.
Unless they're an asshole.
Right, or they deserve it, you know?
Yeah.
So, anyways, we're going to get into DMV Revenge, and we'll be back right after this clip.
The Crazy Town Podcast.
Have you ever wanted to, like, stick it to the local DMV? Like, just because they're such a pain in the ass?
Wait a minute. This is sounding oddly sexual. Are you asking me if I ever want to fuck an attendant?
No. Have you ever wanted to, like, give the Department of Motor Vehicles a piece of your mind, so to speak?
Oh, yeah. Fuck those assholes.
So, I found a really good story. A story of a man with a lot of spare time on his hands.
Okay.
So, he must have really wanted to stick it to the government as well. This happened in January of this year, 2017, in Lebanon, Virginia. Lebanon, like not the Middle Eastern country, actually Virginia.
All right.
So, in September, he tried to call the DMV to figure out which address he should put on his son's new car's licensing paperwork, because he had homes that spanned 2 different counties, and he wanted to do the right thing.
Okay.
So, I mean, that makes sense, right? You know, like, I mean, if you got to call the DMV, I mean, shit, it's not a very easy task. So he tried to call the Lebanon DMV, and he got routed to the Richmond, Virginia DMV instead. So he couldn't get him to get the right answer. So he filed what is called a FOIA request, which I didn't know existed. This is legit information. You can submit under, it's called the Freedom of Information Act, and you can use it to obtain public government information, such as, you know, the direct number to the Lebanon DMV. You can get, like, direct numbers to a lot of government entities, but you have to, like, file a submission.
Huh.
Yeah, I didn't know that either. So he got the number, direct number to the Lebanon DMV. And he called them up, and guess what they told him?
Go fuck yourself.
Basically. They told him that number wasn't for public use.
Well, come on now.
Right. So he calls up there, and instead of just giving him the fucking answer, she wants to be a bitch and tells him that number's not for public use. So.
Oh, wow.
So what did he do? He just kept calling until they finally answered his question. So he won.
How many times did they call, Jonas?
It didn't say. We'll say 34, but don't look that up. I don't want to be a liar. We can call this guy. He'll probably gladly tell you how many times he called.
Jonas.
Yes. My journalistic integrity says don't check that fact because I don't know the answer, but I'll make it up anyways because I'm a good liar. I mean, storyteller.
Yeah. I mean, I believe it.
Right. 34 times.
All right, cool. That's a couple.
So when he got him on the phone, he decided, you know what, I finally got my small win. But you know what? He said, while I have you on the line, why don't you give me the number to 9 other DMVs that are local around here? So I have the numbers to all of those.
Oh.
And the employee wouldn't give them to him, of course. So what would any normal person do, considering he already got his question answered and really had no bearing on his life?
I would go on with my life.
He decided to sue them.
What? Sue for what?
He was, I have it down here. I'll tell you about it in a second.
All right.
So he decided to take him to court. What this man said was that if they were going to inconvenience him, he would inconvenience them back. So he has the mentality of a 2-year-old.
And more money than he knows what to do with, apparently.
Right, and a lot of free time on his hands. So, but just wait, dude. The payoff on this is fucking golden. This is great. So he filed 3 lawsuits. 2 against the specific employees at the DMV and 1 against the DMV himself. They were for the intentional breaking of public records law. Because they're supposed to give you that information. It's public record. But they refused.
Absolutely.
So they dismissed the lawsuits in court when a representative from the state attorney's general office handed him a list of the numbers in the courtroom. So they walked over and said, here's the 9 numbers you want. And he said, case dropped.
Wait, what?
He literally just wanted to fuck with them until he got what he wanted.
Wow.
So once he got the numbers in court, he dropped it, and they didn't. It says here that the employees or in the DMV could have been fined between $500 and $2,500 for the intentional breaking of this law.
Yeah, because they weren't wrong, but he's an asshole.
Oh, it gets even better. How much of an asshole this guy is. Oh, it's so good. I'm telling you. This is like everyone who's ever had a problem with the DMV will appreciate this story by the time we get to the end. So, he said after this that the numbers were irrelevant to him. He just wanted to prove his point. So that's why he dropped the case and didn't care if they got any fines.
Yeah, I respect that. Sometimes the point is what really matters.
Right. No, absolutely. So, he had one final act planned, he says. He owed the DMV $3,000 for, like, the cars and all the stuff that he had to do. You know, the original reason he was trying to, he owed him $3,000 for taxes and title and all that bullshit. So, what any normal person would do, he decided he was going to pay them in pennies.
That's great. Did he roll them?
Oh, I'm getting to that. He collected hundreds of rolls of pennies over the next few weeks from all the different banks he could. He then paid 11 people to break them all open and fill up wheelbarrows with pennies.
Oh no!
It says it cost him $400 to pay the people, $440 to pay the people to open the pennies. It cost him $400 for the wheelbarrows. It cost him $165 for the lawsuits. So it cost him $1,005 to get 10 phone numbers and know the satisfaction of dropping off 300,000 pennies at the DMV for them to pay his bill.
That's really almost worth it, though, honestly. Fucking with the DMV, priceless.
Oh, I know, dude. And so, under the Coinage Act of 1965, coins are legal tender for all debts. But private businesses and individuals do not have to accept coins, but government facilities do.
Oh, and let me guess, he did his fucking homework.
He did. So he brought them in there, and the employees had to count them all by hand.
Oh, that sucks.
It says that it took them until 1 o'clock in the morning to count all the pennies. And he stayed there and watched them count until every single penny was counted to make sure he didn't miss a cent. So for like 8 hours or more, this dude just sat there watching the DMV employees count 300,000 pennies in 5 different wheelbarrows full that he brought in to pay this debt.
You know what? Beyond the story, I'm really happy is that the Crazy Town podcast is a place where you can get your fucking hot, litigious documentation information from. We have learned that you can get the public records for any government public knowledge fucking number that you need, and that they have to accept coins.
Right.
So
we also learned a couple episodes ago that dolphins cannot breathe autonomously either.
And that jerking off dolphins is not something you want to do.
Right. That's also what we learned.
Yeah.
So I thought, like, when I read this story, it, like, screamed, put me on the podcast. Because this is just something that, like, it got zero coverage. Maybe in Lebanon, Virginia, or Richmond, the next biggest city, it got coverage. But nobody talks about this shit. Like, no. But it's a fucking awesome story. Like, it's like one of the coolest fucking things that I have heard that anyone has done to the DMV. So for every person out there who's had to sit in the DMV for 4 hours and got to the counter and didn't have the fucking paperwork he needed and all this other shit, this guy took one. I guess he didn't take one. He gave one for all of us.
He was definitely a pitcher, not the recipient.
He fucking fisted the proverbial ass of the DMV with us.
How much did you say he spent in total?
Well, $1,005, and then the $3,000 he had to pay that he actually owed for like his taxes and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So $1,005. Like, I mean, I don't have $1,005 to blow on something like this, but I'm sure as fuck glad that this guy did.
Right.
Like, this sounds like something that happened over the course of, like, a few weeks or months. Between he had to, like, call them, get pissed, file the paperwork, get the number, file lawsuits, take them to court, go back, get the pennies, pay people to open the pennies, fill up the wheelbarrows, take them. I mean, this wasn't like it happened all in, like, 3 days.
Yeah, right. Well, look, not all heroes wear capes, man. He's not the one we asked for, but he's the hero we needed.
Right, they have, like, it says his bat signal's like a roll of pennies. They shine under the sky. Every time there's an injustice at the DMV, Pennyman will be there. He just goes in and throws a handful of pennies at the fucking clerks.
Fuck you, DMV. I we've been thwarted again.
Oh, here comes old Mr. Withers, in here with his handful of pennies. Would have got away for it, too, if it wasn't for you meddling kids.
Why is it that all superhero extras sound like 50s fucking gangsters? Yeah, see? You'll never catch me, Penny Man.
No, see, you'll never catch me, copper, penny man. Yes, all of that and the above. So, if you have any stories about people who like pennies, send them to the Crazy Town Podcast. I'd be more than happy to talk about them on the show. And we will be right back on the Crazy Town Podcast. Wheelbarrows full of pennies. That's all I gotta say. TNT, I wanted to take fucking wheelbarrows of pennies to the DMV so bad after reading about that article.
I'm too lazy for that, honestly.
Yeah, at least this man, like, it's like all the stuff he did was like, I mean, I'm glad someone did it, but like,
Yeah.
I would never have I don't even know what the word I'm looking for is. I want to say like wherewithal, but it's not wherewithal. It's just like laziness.
Yeah, I don't have the initiative for it, I think, maybe. I'm trying to figure out how I can pay for everything over the phone with my debit card.
Right. I'd be like, oh, you won't give me the phone number? Okay, bye. There'd be no way I'd sue him or anything. I don't have that much disposable income to waste like thousands of dollars or whatever the fuck he did, so. All right. Now, this is the last segment of the first ever Mediocre Moments of Season 1 of the Crazy Town Podcast. It's from episode 11 with the Beardy Five guys from the Beardy Five Podcast. I love those guys.
I love those guys, too.
They're
Not
on
like
the
in
show.
a gay way or anything.
Yeah, right. In a totally heterosexual way,
yeah.
not the homo way.
Not that there's anything wrong with
No,
that,
I mean,
though.
you can like dudes all you want. We have nothing against homosexuals in any way, shape, or form. I have homosexual friends that are quite awesome.
Yeah, have you ever sucked a dick?
No, I haven't.
Okay, well, me either.
That makes me not homosexual, though. That's kind of like where the line's crossed, I think, right?
All right, yeah. I've never sucked a dick. Keep going.
All right. Anyways, me and Sid and Jess discuss a man by the name of Herbert that decided to be a fucking hard ass with some investors that bought a hotel in New York City. It's a pretty good story about sticking it to the man. Figuratively, not literally.
I listened to this. It's pretty good. It is pretty good.
Yeah, you weren't on this episode. Yeah, it's a pretty good one. So I hope you guys enjoy it, and then we'll be back to wrap up the show after this.
The Crazy Town Podcast.
Guys, have you ever wanted to stick it to the man or a couple of rich dudes that fucking are trying to be dicks?
Pull a Stone Cold Steve Austin?
Yes. Do you ever want to stunner a guy in a suit?
Always. I see a man in a suit walking the streets, and I immediately want to Stone Cold stunner his ass and chug a couple beers.
Well, that's one way to handle any man in a suit. What about you, Sid? You ever want to stick it to the man?
Are you reading my autobiography right now?
Yes, actually I am, if that's what I'm reading off
for
of.
fuck's sake. Thanks for buying, man. Amazon.com, $12.99. Stone Cold Stunner Man in a fucking suit, the story of Sid. So I appreciate everybody's support.
Well, there was a hotel in New York City, so that's where a lot of people live that are superficial and bullshit. So there was a hotel called the Mayflower Hotel. It was bought in 2004 for just a couple $400 million by Will and Arthur Zeckendorf. They just sound like a couple assholes, don't they?
Zeckendorf?
Yes, Zeckendorf. Mr.
It
Zeckendorf.
sounds like a division of Hogwarts.
Or a couple guys that play Duke basketball. You know what I'm saying? Jesus.
Wow, the hatred runs deep in North Carolina for Duke, huh?
I'm not a fan.
I'm kind of a fan, but that sounds like a couple twins that play for fucking center for Duke basketball. Zeckendorf twins.
So they wanted to turn this hotel into, and I quote, the most exclusive residential building in New York City. So when they bought it, they were responsible for buying out and relocating all of the tenants who had the rent-controlled apartments in it. So I guess it was like a hotel, but like on the very top of it, there was apartments that people had lived there. So the way the leases were written, they couldn't be evicted. So they had to be bought out. So I mean, that's a pretty fucking sweet gig, right? You get an apartment, you can't ever get evicted from it.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that would be nice. You know what I mean?
Controlled, son.
So there was 4 guys that had these apartments, and it says here they'd each been there for 30 to 35 years, and they had these little tiny 1-room apartments. These things were so fucking secluded. You took the elevator to the highest floor, and there was 2 flights of steps to get up to these apartments in the top of this hotel.
Damn.
That sounds like an apartment that Jess would give up willingly. He would say, "Fuck this place.
Put me on the bottom floor.
I will pay for you to live in this bitch for me if you want to walk these 2 flights of stairs."
I'm not a fan of stairs.
Period. I don't ever try to avoid stairs at all costs.
Man, I get out of breath going down the stairs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh, I definitely get what you're saying. So my first question to you guys is, how the fuck did these people even find out about these apartments? Like, if there's a giant hotel in New York City, how the fuck do you find out there's apartments above all the rest of the hotel rooms you can rent?
I mean, that's got to be in the triple classifieds. Like, they classified it, but then they did it 2 more times.
I think we're looking at the wrong thing here. We need to find out who the fuck are living in these apartments. Like, we need to talk to these people.
We're about to talk about the one man. He definitely he did his best to stick it to these fucking guys and fuck them out for all they could. So there was 4 guys who lived up there. They'd all lived there for 30 plus years. The first 3, they bought them out for about $1 million each. They paid him each $1 million to move out of this fucking apartment.
Holy fucking shit.
Right.
They paid $1 million to walk up 2 flights of stairs?
Well, no, to not have to do it anymore.
To move their asses out.
Son of a bitch.
Right, because
Yeah.
they had to clear everyone out. They wanted to remodel the whole hotel and turn it into like fancy condos, for like rich people.
Man, I would have sold out for $100,000.
Well, right. Well, I think most people would have sold out for $1 million, like these guys, but not this man. His name was Herbert Sukenik, Sukenik.
Big Herb.
So,
Fucking Herbert.
so how they described this man in the article was he was hugely intelligent, unmarried, he had a PhD, he was an unabetted loner, and he was too smart for his own good. And he wasn't a poor man, he had independent means. So he had money, and he was like pretty fucking educated, and didn't have a wife or didn't really have any friends.
When you said PhD, I thought you were going to start talking about his penis. And then you said HD. And I was like, okay, we're still good here.
He had a giant P.
Whoa. He might still be talking about a penis. He had a pretty heavy dick.
PhD.
Yes.
Oh, shit.
Yes, he could have. Well, I think he's fucking old, so who knows what it would look like by the time he got out of there.
So, aside from the guy's balls and Rod, I think old Herb did the right thing in holding out. Because if he had the money, he didn't care. So let's just make it hard on him. I don't give a fuck.
Well, right. I mean, this has been his house forever. So what it said was he told the Zuckendorf twins, I don't know if they're twins, but we'll call them that from going on out, that he didn't want the money. All he wanted was a new apartment with a park view. Because I guess he had a view of like Central Park or something. So so it said that this guy, this kind of goes to talk about him a little bit. He had, his PhD was in physics. So he was a medical doctor also. And at one point he was like a chief of space medicine at some company. So I mean, this dude was a fucking pretty brilliant man. He wasn't like an uneducated schlub who didn't know what the fuck he was doing. They said his apartment was 350 square foot. It was 1 room. It had a kitchenette and a bathroom, and he had a view of Central Park, but it said the windows were so dirty you couldn't even see out the windows to see the park. But yet he wanted a new park view in his new apartment.
This is called a boss move by a guy who knows what he really needs and really wants, and I applaud that.
Oh, I agree.
But if his apartment is so nasty that you can't even see out the windows, why is he worried? Which I kind of understand, prime real estate's hard to find in New York City.
Right.
But as a contractor, all I can think is, what a hard fuck to deal with.
Yeah.
I mean, what a fuck.
See, that's all that's going through my head is like, you know, how the hell would I deal with this guy? You know what I mean?
I'm sure they probably discussed killing him.
Or at least like running his sewer pipes back up into his living room floor.
So he shit on himself.
Yeah.
Right.
Basically.
I mean, that would be a fun time.
They'd fucking,
Oh my God, that's a good idea.
They'd wax the stairs so, like, he accidentally slipped and fell and died as he fell down the steps.
It would be like Home Alone.
Yeah, right. They'd fucking have, like, paint cans on the ceiling and shit swinging down, hitting him. So this guy, they said his problem was he was so intelligent, he knew exactly what they paid for the hotel. He knew exactly how much the taxes and insurance and carrying the cost of the empty properties were costing them day by day. So, like, exactly what you said, he knew that he held all the fucking cards and he could basically rape them for all it was worth. Because he was so valuable as the last man standing in this giant fucking hotel.
That is pretty boss, though.
That's a bold fucking move.
I mean, that's a smart dude.
Right. Like, I would have been like, $1 million? Fuck, I'm out. See ya. Like, and this dude's like...
Well, Jess, what would you have done here?
Man, I would have took the $1 million and run, son.
Honestly, I'm a big enough prick. I think I would have held on, and me and Herb could probably get along. Like, I probably would have done the same as Herb here. I probably would have known what the fuck was going on.
No, son, you flash a check worth a meal in front of my face, I'm leaving.
If somebody pays your neighbor a meal, you know that you have some kind of leverage. That's the deal.
Well, right. That, like, for example, like, if guys came into your neighborhood, I don't know how close your neighbors are, you know what I mean? But, like, they buy your neighbor's house for $1 million, and they want your lot too because they want to put something up. You know, well, if they paid them $1 million, they're willing to pay you more than $1 million if you hold out and be a dick about it because they need your property.
Did you just call me a dick? Yeah. You know what? The hell with the Crazy Town podcast. I'm out of here.
It was in the nicest way possible.
Oh, it's okay then.
But you know what I mean? Like, it's like if they're buying people out, you know what they gave the first guy is way less than they're willing to give the second guy.
And if they have already given two of your neighbors $1 million apiece, they have to give you basically whatever you want because they're already all in. The chips are all in here. They have to do it.
They've shoved them chips in the middle of the table.
Right.
They're ready to buy out, son.
Right, except for they met like a fucking old prick who just didn't want to give up his fucking 350 square foot room. So they keep going. They offered him a 2,200 square foot 2-bedroom condo on the 16th floor of a Central Park area building. They told him that they would buy him the condo, but they would own it, but he could live in it for life, and they would furnish it for him.
Son of a bitch.
He said that was an enticing offer, but he also, this fucking guy, the gall on this fucking dude, he goes, all right, that's a pretty good offer, but why don't you give me free meals twice a week at a 5-star restaurant with a world-renowned chef down the street, too?
Oh,
son of a bitch, this guy's a genius.
Do you have his number? Somebody needs to hire this guy.
I'm telling you.
So they told him that they weren't going to do that. Guess what this guy did? He didn't do anything. Nothing. He didn't respond to him at all. Once they said they weren't going to give him the fucking shit, he just stopped communicating with him.
And just hung out in his apartment.
Right.
This guy's a boss, man.
Then he goes and gets a lawyer and says now he does want the money. So instead he just says, okay, you won't give me the restaurants? Fuck you. Now I have a lawyer and I want more money to get out of this fucking apartment. I want to take it for all it's worth. He even though he has no kids, he had no use for the money because he was independently wealthy. He also didn't want to leave the money to its brother. That's what they said in the article, that he specifically didn't want to leave his brother all the money.
Holy fucking shit. What a douche, man. I liked this guy before then.
So he's a boss / asshole. I mean, that's your family and you ain't going to leave him the money?
I don't know. Maybe I don't know how much of an asshole do you got to be to have like millions of dollars and be like, I don't want my brother to have it. Fuck him.
I mean, that's a prick right there.
That sounds like Jess.
So here's what the Zeckendorf twins decided to do at this point. They decided to play hardball with him. So they split the building into 2 halves and started demolishing part of the building with him still living in it.
I don't know how that's legal.
There's got to be a law against that.
I don't know. That's what it said they did, and I imagine because so there was like jackhammers and all. I don't think they started like tearing the whole building. I think just like breaking down the rooms and all that shit to rebuild.
Son of a bitch, these Zeckendorfs, man, they're hardcore.
What the guy said, he goes, "That's fine. I love the noise of the jackhammers." So he just let him he's like, that's cool. It don't bother me none if you want to fucking destroy my building while I'm living in it. So what ended up happening, the final, like, I guess the culmination of this whole ordeal, they ended up buying a $2 million condo for him that he moved into. And he said he would even pay them $1 a month in rent. What a nice guy.
And he redeems himself. What a hell of a guy.
$1 a month?
They said as soon as he got the condo, he paid them $120 up front to pay for 10 years. But if he died before 10 years was up, they'd have to send him the prorated amount of money back.
Oh, my God.
Oh, and I forgot to mention the other part. They also gave him $17 million cash.
This dude needs a fucking championship belt right now.
$17 million cash and a $2 million apartment.
And that he only had to pay $1 a month to live in.
Now you talk about a sad son of a bitch if he was one of his neighbors that took $1 million and then this dude held out and got $17 million on a $2 million apartment.
This guy's a genius, man.
Oh my gosh.
Right, so these people, they paid $400 million for the fucking thing and then had to pay 5% on top of that to get the last tenant out.
Oh my God, man.
They basically said 2 days after he moved out, they started a wrecking ball to like destroy it. And then they built a new building, and people like Alex Rodriguez from the Yankees and the Goldman Sachs CEO moved in. And this guy, he lived in it. He lived in this new apartment till he was 80, and I guess he died in 2001. This is kind of this is an older story. But it's unknown if the Zeckendorf twins ever sent back the $48 in prorated rent that was owed to his family.
I bet they did. Honestly.
You think the Zeckendorfs got that kind of moral values?
They're like, fuck this guy and his $48. I'm fucking keeping this.
One of those Zeckendorf twins put it in their pocket and went and bought 20 cheeseburgers, threw half of them out the window because they don't give a fuck because they got money like that.
No, you know what the Zeckendorfs got? They pulled down their pants and got boned by Mr. Herbert. Okay? So Herbert's not a dumbass. He set it up to where he made sure he got that $48.
I don't know, man.
You know he did.
Yeah. Well, I guess he was dead, so it didn't really fucking matter in the end. He didn't give a shit. But
he wasn't gonna give it to his brother, so they buried that $48 with him.
I
bet he probably wrote in his will, "I'll give my brother the $48, but not the rest of the $17 million."
No, man, he got just so he wouldn't have to give it to his brother. He had a $16 million funeral. And invited nobody but the Zeckendorfs.
he put $16 million in a fucking tree limb shredder and shot it out of a cannon. Just so
man, we need to make a movie out of this shit.
That is honestly a good movie script.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, they should write a movie about this guy. Fucking people love when they stick it to the man, dude. Like, it's any story that somebody fucks over some rich assholes, people just enjoy that.
Jess was in a porn one time. They called it the short film.
I played Rumple Foreskin. I'm coming out with a new one. It's called Scrote Island, Reign of Dong.
Scrote Island? Sounds like a real winner. I think he'll be nominated for an Academy Award. Best Actor, Rumple Foreskin.
That's what I'm known as outside of the Beauty Five.
What all your friends call you, Rumple Foreskin?
Oh shit, it's Rumple Foreskin.
We just call him RF.
It gets awful long after a while, so you got to shorten it down.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Well, all right, everybody, we'll be right back here on the Crazy Town Podcast after these words. Now, TNT, I want to tell you that I think this Herbert guy had some serious fucking clout.
How do you mean, Jonas?
I think his balls were the size of, like, fucking wrecking balls.
Yeah, man. Good for him.
But hey, man.
Stick it to the man.
Right, exactly. So, but anyways, everyone, that is all the time we have for this first ever Mediocre Moments. Stay tuned next week. The second edition will be out. It's going to be 4 weeks in a row of Mediocre Moments just for you. So, TNT, why don't you tell everybody when you where they can find your stuff on the interwebs?
Yeah, TNT Dynamite. I'm on YouTube, probably. I don't know, maybe. And I'm on Twitter, even though I have no idea how to use it.
He's
there.
up to 12
Thank
followers,
you for,
folks.
I got 12 followers. Basically, fucking Seth Rogen right now at this moment in time.
Yeah, you are. Absolutely.
Basically.
Anyways, please rate us on iTunes. It helps us out tremendously. Go ahead and follow us on Twitter at the Crazy Town Pod, or the website is the cornucopia of information about the Crazy Town podcast, thecrazytown.com. But for TNT Dynamite and Jonas, we are out.